All right, so after months of planning and anticipation, today's the day that we leave for Colorado. Here at my buddy Adam Wetz's house, my hunting partner, and I'm here to pick him up, and he's getting ready to load his pack, and then we're going to head out, drive to Colorado, and then we're going to head up the mountain on Thursday. I want to do a real quick video just highlighting the gear that Adam's going to be running for this trip. I'm going to turn it over to Adam. Here we go, Adam Wetz.
Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and go through my gear list. First we're going to start with the pack. So this is the Stone Glacier 6900. I've run this pack for a couple years. It's a big pack, obviously 6,900 cubic inches, good for a week-long hunt, which is how long we'll be in the backcountry. I run a lot of camera gear as well, so the extra room definitely helps with that. From the pack, I'll go ahead and go through what I'm going to be wearing walking in. So starting at the bottom, I've got a pair of Loa boots. I've run these boots Nebraska, West Texas, Colorado multiple times. They're old, they're worn out, and they're broken in, but they do great, especially for a week in the backcountry. From there, I've got the First Light gaiters. And then moving up, the First Light Red Desert boxers, the First Light pants, and then a short sleeve First Light shirt. In the pack, for as far as water goes, I'll run this Platypus 3-liter water bladder with the Sawyer inline mini filters. This is really handy because we come up to the rivers and creeks that we have in Colorado. I can just unzip this, scoop it full of water, put it in my pack, and keep going. And as I drink, the filter's going to take care of that. If we get into a situation where we don't have running water, I also have this MSR water pump as well. Okay, from food, we're going to go, I'm running a jet boil, just kind of a standard jet boil that does really well up in the high country. And I've got a couple fuel canisters since we will be back there for 7 or 8 days. On my binocular pouch, I've got running the marsupial pouch. It does have the main pocket for the binoculars, a side pocket for a GPS, and then this other side pocket for my rangefinder. I'll run that as well. Moving on to Nalgene water bottle. I'll run that, use the water pump to fill this up. This is what I keep my energy drinks and stuff like that in every morning. So the Platypus is clean water. This bottle is for energy drinks or drink mixes, things like that. Okay, moving over into my sleep system. So for the tent, I'm going to be running the Kuiu Mountain Star 2-person. It's a little heavier than what I probably need for this early season hunt, but I like the room and the space of the tent. There's a lot of bears in the area, so I like having all my gear inside with me as far as rain as well. For the sleeping pad, I have this insulated, the Big Agnes insulated Q-Core SL. It's run pretty well for me the past couple years, and then the Kuiu Super Down 15-degree sleeping bag. For trekking poles, I got these Cascade Mountain Techs. These are really good value, under $50 at Costco. They're really lightweight and they've held up really well the past couple years. Tripod is a little heavy, but again, I'm running camera gear, so I'll sacrifice a little bit of weight for stability when I'm running some of the big lenses. This is just a standard Manfrotto with a fluid head on it. For our food, this is an Ursack. The wilderness area we're in Colorado there is a bear-proof container requirement, so this sack satisfies that requirement. So I'll actually throw all my food in here, and we'll store it up on a tree when we're in the mountain. For my first aid kit, this is an Adventure Medical Kit, Ultralight Medical Kit 0.9. So there's a ton of stuff in here, everything from some medicines, space blankets, definitely all the first aid, wounding, and dressings and things like that. And then I've included a roll of Leukotape as well to help for blister prevention. Other things in the kind of toiletries kit, I'm running these Wisps, lightweight toothbrush for the backcountry. Got a couple packs of those. Scent killer deodorant. I've got my windicator here to check the wind direction. A packet of various elk calls we'll use. A Streamlight headlamp, and I'll pack in some extra batteries for that as well. I take this little notepad with a pen just to make notes every day of what happened, what tactics we tried, where we hunted, what we saw, what the conditions were like. So it's good for me to recap at the end of the hunt exactly what happened and what we experienced. This is a Dark Energy Poseidon, so I'll use this to recharge my phone and my GoPro when those batteries go dead. So this is a lightweight portable charger. This is my newer camera remote, so I'll use this for exposure photography, time lapses, different things like that while we're up on the mountain. Also in the toiletries, baby wipes. So I took all the baby wipes out of the package for these. I let them air dry and then I vacuum sealed it, and I saved about a pound of weight just doing that. And when I get back on the mountain, I'll add water back to these and they'll retain everything that they were before I did that process. I think I've got 50 feet of paracord for general use around camp, or if we kill something to help hang meat in the tree. Moving on to my camera gear, I've got a Canon 5D Mark II. I'm going to run the 16 to 35 millimeter lens just for my general walk-around lens. Day-to-day shooting, wide angle. We'll be up in the mountains. There's a lot of scenery there, so I like a wide angle for that. And then in this, I've got the Sigma 150 to 600, which I'll use if we see wildlife and different things like that. These are just wraps for the lenses and cameras. My GPS, I'm running the Garmin Rhino. This has got communication, so if we need to communicate out, we can do that, check the weather, things like that. A GoPro with a clamp and an extended battery, so this is helpful for being in the backcountry for 7 days. I've got a couple extra batteries here for camera gear, a memory card case. So what I like to do when I'm filming and different things in the backcountry is if I get some really great shots or spend a couple days, I will switch out memory cards just so if that file gets corrupted, if I drop the camera, if it goes down the mountain, I don't have or lose all the footage that I've taken. Kill kit. So this is the standard tag bag kill kit. It's got, I think, 5 or 6 different game bags in here. I also have some zip ties and a pen and extra knife blades for the event that we punch a tag, and a standard outdoor edge knife. I've got my permit. I will have a bear tag on this trip as well, so I'll be packing a rifle with me. Part of the requirements for Colorado when bear hunting is wearing hunter orange, so I've got an orange cap and an orange vest here. And so I run the First Light system, so I've got an extra pair of boxers. I'll run that same pair of pants that I mentioned earlier hiking in with. I'll run that same pair the whole time. Outside of that, I've got the Wick ultralight tee. I've got the mid-weight hoodie, and then I've got the puffy jacket, which folds into itself and can double as a pillow if you need it to. Then I'll run a pair of the First Light gloves, and I've got 2 pairs of socks. So I'll run the merino liners and then standard merino socks. I'll wear 1 pair of these in, and then I'll have the other pair. I'll just alternate days back and forth between the socks. I've got a couple things here that may or may not make the list depending on what conditions look like when we're actually in Colorado. I've got an extra t-shirt here if I need that. I've got a set of rain pants depending on what the forecast looks like. I may or may not take these. My maps, so these are maps of the whole area. I've got 3 different territories marked around where we'll be hunting. When it gets time to actually pack up and go to the mountain, I'll probably just pull out the one that's relevant for where we're going to be going. And then some extra batteries. I'm not going to pack all these in, but I will take 1 set in each set of devices that takes them, and then I'll pack 1 set of spares. Okay, outside of my food, that's what's in my pack.
All right, so that's Adam's pack. I'm going to, once we get to Colorado, I'll do a kind of a loadout. All my stuff's packed up right now, but I'll do kind of a loadout before we head out and kind of go through some of my stuff. And then somewhere during the trip, we'll figure out what worked, what didn't, and update that later. So anyway, appreciate you joining us. And as always, look forward to seeing you on the next one. Hopefully one of the future videos that we have coming up soon will have us packing out a big old elk.
That's right.
We'll see y'all then.